There probably used to be a roof on that. Oh. Oh, go on. Good morning. Don't let that clock fool you, because it's 11:30 on Saturday morning and we're going for a little spin out to Kilfane Church in Kilkenny. But before we get into that, I first want to say a huge thanks to Saddlebags 73 for giving my channel a shout out. I was gonna say, if you don't know him, subscribe, but I would say 99% of you who subscribe to me are here because of Saddlebags. So what he did for me was, as in his words, bloody handsome thing to do. Probably using that in the wrong context. But I really appreciated it, and it was such a nice thing to see, to get a nice welcoming to the motovlogging community. And just a special thanks to everyone who subscribed. I'm delighted to have you along for the ride. I'm looking forward to sharing my experiences exploring Ireland properly when I can, but for now just Kilkenny. And I hope I do as good a job presenting it as well as I can. Now, Kilfane Church. So what is Kilfane Church? Well, it's a church, if you hadn't guessed, in Kilfane in County Kilkenny. But what does Kilfane mean? Kilfane is an anglicised version of Phian. So what is Phian? Kil or kill, depending on how you spell it, can mean either church or woods. Kilfane Church, from what I can see, is a church in a wood, so it's anyone's guess which one they actually mean by Kilfane. But what is Phian? Phian is a name, and he was a priest that did some things, I presume, at some point in time in the past. I forgot to look him up. I've just spent the last hour or so wandering aimlessly, unable to find Kilfane Church, but that's not it. But it's around the corner, so let's get a move on. Alright, it only took several hundred lifetimes, but I've made it to Kilfane Church. Now this is the modern church, but the one we're looking at is going to be from the 13th century, and it's this way some way. So let's go have a look. These crows are making a lovely foreboding orchestra for me to walk through these woods too. This is Kilfane Church. So it's a 14th century church, I'm wrong, but the cedilla, or the priest's seat, is from the 13th century according to this. Cedilia? So obviously there's not much left of its ruins, but this is the Long Man, spooky name, who is believed to be Thomas Cantwell, who would have been one of the lords, the Cantwells, of the Kilfane area. And the reason we know it's him, or at least that it's Cantwell, is because of the coat of arms on the shield is really well preserved. Something else you'll notice about him is that he's wearing spurs, which would have meant that he rode horseback. And then apparently, well, some people think because his legs are crossed that meant he was part of the Crusades. But what we do know is that Thomas de Cantwell was an adventurer, and that is supposed to be him, maybe, I don't know. What's in here? I would say my GoPro settings are not doing this room any favors in how it looks. I'll go on while we're here. I believe this is the bell tower, or maybe it's, I think I read that it might be the rooms where the monks would have slept in, or something, I don't know. I would correct myself here post-productionally. There probably used to be a roof on that. Oh, go on. Quite a view. Whew. As you can see, these kind of stairs were extremely tight. I think it's a defensive measure. God. Dr. Phian told me the reason why. I think it's something to do with most people back this day were right-handed, so going up the stairs, you're gonna bash your sword against the wall, but coming down the defenders, you can, you know, do that. While I'm here, this is the inside of one of those archer portal arrow slit things that I was mentioning in the other video on Thursday. The more you know. I think that's it for Kilfane Church. One last trivia piece of information is that Mr. de Cantwell used to be let me start that again. In a Protestant school not too far from here, apparently a punishment by the teachers was for the students to have to kiss Mr. Cantwell on the lips. Who knows how many times this happened, but maybe that's why the face is so worn. Can't imagine it was a COVID compliant. COVID 1343. So that was Kilfane Church. Worth a stop if you're in Kilkenny and have some time to kill. So this area was ruled by the Lords Cantwell, but in terms of building little churches like that, I think they could well. If you stick around in the next few days, for me it's today, but for you it'll be in a few days time, I'm going to Kells Priory, which is sort of on the other side of Kilkenny. And I just have to check my notes, have a bit of water, and I'll head off there. But for now, hopefully I'll see you there in that video, assuming it doesn't rain before I get there. Goodbye.